Welcome to the Freedom Club Podcast, where we strive to pull you out of your life of quiet desperation, out of your comfort zone of misery, and propel you into a life of freedom and fulfillment. And now, here's your host for this journey, international speaker and coach, and serial entrepreneur, Curt Mercadante.
And happy Monday, everyone. This is the Freedom Club Podcast. I, of course, am your very gracious, your very happy, your very buoyant host, Curt Mercadante. I'm so happy you are here, and I hope that you've enjoyed the episodes we've brought your way so far in 2019. Of course, we've had some incredible guests. Dr. Natalia Vyhovsky. We talked about personal branding, finding your purpose, finding a life of meaning. Last week, we had Dr. Bobby Canaru, who talked about freedom from suffering and pain in your life. This Wednesday, we have an interview with Paolo Ciccone. He is a personal branding photographer, and we talk about everything from, him growing up in Italy, just a few miles from the border of former Yugoslavia and living near a regime that was communist at the time. He's got an interesting take on freedom. We also talk about creativity. We talk about personal branding. We talk about the importance of getting a headshot that really humanizes you and helps you build your personal brand instead of just having, what he calls an ID card, or I call like a hostage photo. So I think you'll really enjoy that interview this coming Wednesday. And by the way, all of these interviews were live streamed in a live discussion in my private Facebook community. It's the Freedom Club community. I would love for you to join it. You can join in these live discussions as we tape these interviews. Just go to Facebook, search for Freedom Club Community, or connect with me on Facebook. I'll lead you there. Join. There's a few questions before you join. Hop on in. We have a lot of exclusive content in addition to the live streams. We have people helping people. We're growing at about 100 new members per week. I'd love to have you there. Again, it's the Freedom Club Community. Go to Facebook, search for Freedom Club Community. You'll find it. By the way, I am fighting a cold. You may not be able to hear it, but I feel like it's so pronounced here when I talk, so please bear with me. Today I want to talk a little bit more about the freedom lifestyle. It's something I talk about a lot. And a question I get often is, do I have to quit my job to live the freedom lifestyle? What if I'm in a job I like? Is it possible to make the freedom lifestyle transformation? The answer is no, you don't have to quit your job. Yes, if you're in a job you like, you can still add more freedom to your life to live that freedom lifestyle. Let me put it this way. If you're not living the freedom lifestyle, you know it. And if you are, you know it as well. Are you using your superpowers, your strengths on a daily basis to be as productive, as efficient as you could be? If you're using your strengths every day instead of focusing on your weaknesses every day, things flow better. You're doing those things you like. You're doing those things that come more naturally to you. And if you are not doing that on a daily basis, then that's one facet that you need to add to your life so that you are living the freedom lifestyle. Do you have a clearly defined vision for your life? That guiding star that every day you are moving towards. If not, you're not truly living the freedom lifestyle. Is your life in alignment? The three facets of your life: work, family, and self. Because, I've said it before on this podcast, the notion of work-life balance is total BS. It's about alignment. It's about aligning those three facets of your life: work, family, and self. If those aren't in alignment, then no, you are not truly living the freedom lifestyle. Are you living an outcomes-focused life? Instead of basing your life on arbitrary inputs where I ask you, what did you achieve today? And you say, well, I got 20 or 30 to-dos done. No, what did you actually achieve? And if you live an outcomes-focused life, listen, your life vision is that outcome, that clearly defined outcome you want for your life. And then you reverse engineer it so that every year, every month, every week, every day, you have those clearly defined outcomes that you need to achieve to win the day, win the week, win the month, win the year. Keep winning years, you win your life. And are you in a state of flow, which really takes into account the other 4 facets of the freedom lifestyle. When you're in that state of flow where you can kind of lose yourself during the day because you're so engrossed in your activities because you're using your strengths. You're doing things that move you toward your vision. You're in alignment. Things are flowing instead of grinding. If all those 5 facets aren't a part of your life, then you'll know it. And you'll know that you are not living the freedom lifestyle. And yes, sometimes it means making a career change. Sometimes it means making fundamental changes with your relationships, with what you prioritize each day. Is your health and fitness excellent? Are your relationships excellent? Do you take those date nights with your wife, your husband, your spouse, your partner on a regular basis? Do you frequently travel places you want to go, not just places you feel you're compelled to go for family or for work? These are some of the questions I ask of people. Or are you just putting all your eggs in one basket, the work basket? And someone says, well, my work fulfills me, so I put it all in that basket. If you are defining yourself by just one facet of your life, you're setting yourself up for disaster, right? Because if you're not investing enough in yourself, your work and your family are going to suffer. If you're putting everything you have only into your family, year after year, certainly family gets bigger if you just had babies, right? If you're sick, if someone you love is sick, right? But I'm talking on a regular basis, year after year. There's some parents who just define themselves only by their families, and then their kids end up leaving for college, and that parent loses their sense of value of themselves. There's people who put all their value into their work while their health suffers, right? Then they find themselves unemployed, and they lose their sense of worth. That won't happen if you truly value yourself as a human by aligning the 3 facets of your life, work, family, and self, rather than just identifying yourself by one of those things. So if you're not truly leading the freedom lifestyle, you know it. And if you are, you know it as well. And those are some of the 5 pillars that I mentioned, the superpowers. Having a clearly defined life vision, aligning your life, living an outcomes-focused life, and living each day as much as possible in a state of flow. If you feel like you want to learn more about this freedom lifestyle, if you feel like you want to transform your life so you are living the freedom lifestyle, please join my free webinar. It's January 30th at noon Eastern Time. In order to join, go to Facebook right now, join the Freedom Club community. The webinar is only open to members of that community. You join the community, you're accepted, you go to the events tab, you click on it for the webinar, and you register. It's as easy as that. Come to LinkedIn, send me a message. Come to Facebook, send me a message. We'll get you in that webinar. But if you want to transform your life so that you are living the freedom lifestyle every single day, join this webinar. I'm going to give you actionable steps on how to do just that. So listen, have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Have a week filled with freedom and abundance. I hope to see you at the webinar on January 30th. This has been the Freedom Club Podcast. I am your host, Curt Mercadante. Thank you.